What's up, guys? I've got a special treat for you. I'm here with Azhar from Repstack. They've grown their recruiting company in the seven-figure agency model to multiple seven figures and just made the Inc. 5000 list. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah.
Massive accomplishment. Just kind of share with the listeners, like, what was the playbook? How did you make that happen in such a competitive industry?
Yeah, so I think it's a recognition, obviously, for all the hard work you've been doing for the last 5 years. And Inc. 5000 it takes time, right? So the first thing you need to do is what we did was we joined the seven-figure agency program. And our first year, we got a lot of traction. When we started seeing these Inc. 5000, and Josh was on the list, you were there for both your businesses. And from day one, we had this inclination, man, how do we get on that, right? 4 years ago, 3 years ago, Josh, it looked like an amazing dream. And now I can say that we're living that. And it's just everything you've been doing for all your teams. Like, we have close to 300 employees now. Yeah. Imagine the impact that's going to have for them, where now they get to work with an Inc. 5000 business. The same thing for our clients. Before, we used to say that, hey, we have clients like Josh Nelson, who is the Inc. 5000 client. And now we can say that, hey, we're on Inc. 5000. It's amazing, and we would not have known how to do it unless we were in the program, right? So you go through the program, you scale your agencies. Once you hit that 2 million mark, I think that's your cue to apply for Inc. 5000. And I think that was the easiest thing we could have done after all the hard work. I think the hard work happens when you're learning
all the seeds you planted to get to that level. And so I think you guys are a great example of really true entrepreneurship, which is solving problems for a profit, right? And I think you started in the program, you're like, I'm going to build this agency, and you noticed a problem, and that was that these agencies needed more hands. They needed qualified, trained people that wouldn't cost them an arm and a leg, and you found a unique mechanism by placing great people internationally. So talk to us a little bit about what you guys do at Repstack and how you solve problems for agencies.
Yeah, so another Repstack, so I don't know, most people probably don't know this, but I had my own marketing agency out of Canada in Calgary for the last 20 years, still operating. And I joined the program to come in and improve my marketing agency. With Josh, this is about 5 years ago, and we're still in the program. We're never leaving just because what we've accomplished out of that. So within the first few things, we got an opportunity to pivot. Josh was kind enough to place one of our own with him and test it out. I know you're really particular about who you bring into the group and things like that. But so that was the first step, and that kind of made me pivot. But what we stayed true to was the 7FA program, because even though I was pivoting from a marketing agency to now placing people, so like a recruitment and staffing business for digital marketing agencies, and that's what we wanted to specialize, because that's what we learned from the seven-figure agency program, that you have to niche down, and that worked wonders for us. So within our first year, 2021 was first full year of business. We did 1.1 million in sales. The next year we grew to 1.9. The year after that, there was 3. This year, we're on track to doing 5 million.
Nicely done.
So every step of the way, it was amazing. We followed the program. Your program is like really great for digital marketing agencies, but I can tell you that I took my entire business through the same program, applying the same concepts, using the same digital marketing, getting to those book calls. You need to have those 20 book calls on your calendar. And as we applied that in the first 2 to 3 years of our business, lock all the leadership in the room when you have your member intensives. And just, it was an automatic thing. That purpose-driven learning, you learn from the weekly calls, from the monthly calls, from the quarterly events that you have, and you bring that in right into the business. And that's what I love the most, and that's what helped me grow the business a lot, to a point where we started out 5 years ago. I was in my marketing agency, I was doing 20 to 30 grand a month in Canadian dollars. And now we're like starting to hit 350,000 a month.
So good.
And USD, right? USD is a completely different ball game for us Canadians. We're humbled and great to be interviewed by you. And you showed us the light, and now we have that Inc. 5000 badge. So, anyone on the sidelines of not learning right now for a marketing agency, even if you don't come into the program, I started out by reading your book and listening to all your podcasts. Like, I did that twice before I called. I remember, I think Esteban was on the other side, and I was ready to go by the time I hit the phones with you guys. Just the free trainings alone are going to be life-changing. But that's what we did for ourselves, going from almost $0 to Inc. 5,000, 5 million in revenue in 2025. And if we can do it, I think anyone can do it.
So good. So if you run an agency and you're struggling because you know you need additional talent, but you're having problems like finding good talent, the cost of US-based talent, what Repstack does that is really unique is they came through the seven-figure agency model and they recognized, well, they need people that know how to do that marketing support stuff, and they need people that can handle the account management, and they've taken their actual talent pool in Pakistan and other places, as I understand, and trained them in the seven-figure model, and now train them in high level.
Yeah.
And so you can get really well-trained people at an affordable, long-term price point and plug them into your agency, reducing the recruitment costs, reducing the turnover costs. We use them. A lot of the agencies in seven-figure agency use them, obviously, at $5 million per year. And if you need help with that, this is a great resource that you can plug into.
Thanks, Josh. I think I'm going to finish off on this, that all the roles that we identified early on, those are the roles that you were talking about. You were talking about marketing assistant, that's evolved into a whole bunch of different executive assistants, account managers, your setters and closers. And then also within the marketing agency, you're going to need media buyers, you're going to need GHL people now, you're going to need AI and automation experts. So all of those roles, they kind of came about the trainings that you had, and then we build them out for, you were already hiring those people. Like, let's just stick to these key roles, and let's just only place those roles. But now we're at a point where we're doing more experienced people, because that's what our clients are asking for. The model that we have pays zero until you hire, contingency platform hiring and things like that. That works out really well for the agencies. But the other thing that somebody has to be cognizant of, especially when hiring internationally, is a thing called EOR systems, which is employer of record, right? So you can go and direct hire from India, Philippines, and all of that stuff, but that does leave your business at risk. You're on risk for financial liabilities and legal coverage, because the person in Philippines, you don't know if they're withholding their taxes. You don't know if they're properly registered as a contractor or not. So when these things are happening, it might be a little bit cheaper, a few dollars cheaper, but you're exposing your business to compliant issues. And that's a business like Repstack would take care of when hiring in markets like Philippines and Pakistan. Having foothold and being able to comply financially and legally on your behalf, on ground, that covers a lot of our clients, and that kind of gives you peace of mind, because you have a couple of $1 million agency here, you have a lot at stake, and one wrong hire can put you at risk. So when you're hiring globally, I think EOR service is really important to take a look at, and I think that's what we bring to the table as well.
So good. Congratulations on $5 million, making the Inc. 5000 list. If an agency wants to learn more about you, Repstack, what's the best way to connect?
Repstack.co. Check out repstack.co/7FA. That's where we have all the offers for seven-figure agency members. And if you want to just check us out, repstack.co/7FA.
Go check them out, and we'll see you next time.